You're watching Poland Daily Business. Our guest tonight is Dr. Alan Riley of Atlantic Council. Sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Have you been surprised by the American administration announcement regarding Nord Stream 2 and lifting all the sanctions towards completion of this project?
It is surprising, the deal. I'm surprised by it for a number of reasons. I think the principal reason I'm surprised by it is the inability, I think, of the deal to actually stick. And there are a number of reasons for that. I mean, one of them is simply there is a limit to how far the sanctions can actually be lifted. I mean, most of the sanctions are mandatory, i.e. they're imposed, and the government, the White House cannot lift them easily at all. They're imposed by Congress. So all we're really talking about is the government in Washington will not impose any more sanctions, and will try and take steps to relieve those ones which exist. So there's a limit to what they can do, and that may still have slow down the operation of the pipeline, the development of the pipeline. And the second issue is the deal itself. The deal statement talks about the Russia steps being taken if Russia uses gas as an energy weapon, and then secondly that they will comply with there'll be full compliance with Union energy law. Now the problem is the gas is already being used as an energy weapon. Gas supplies in Europe are about 20% lower, exports from Russia, 20% lower than they would usually be at this time of year. Gazprom is complying with its contracts by drawing gas from European storage, lowering the levels of gas storage in Europe. So the consequence of that is we are in a very, very difficult supply situation, and it's been made very clear by Gazprom officials and President Putin himself that should Nord Stream 2 be waved through the EU regulatory procedures, then, of course, gas will flow. And so you can clearly see there isn't the use of the energy weapon at the moment. So in those circumstances, how does this deal statement, which says we will take steps if the energy weapon is used to deal with this, when it's being deployed today? That, I think, is really significant.
Well, of course, let's start from the position of the United States. Why do you think they made this decision?
I think it was made, principally because of the feeling that there was a need to keep Germany on side on so many other issues to do with China, international trade, climate change, cybersecurity, the whole list of issues across the policy space which are important to the United States. I think that is the principal reason for this.
Right, and another player is Germany, and outgoing Angela Merkel, which is obviously leaving her post this September, and this is like her last triumph in the path of the German domination on the continent.
Yeah, well, I think that the problem here is that I'm not so sure it's a triumph, because the problem with this is that as I say, I don't think it's sustainable. I mean, this deal has been done, but I think it's going to be very difficult to see how it's going to prevail, partly because of the manipulation of the gas market by Gazprom, the use of the energy weapon. That will become clearer and clearer as we enter the autumn. And I think that will cast a very dark shadow on the deal that was made last week. I think the second point is that the whole difficulty with this is Gazprom is trying to force, the Russian state is trying to force the Nord Stream 2 through the EU's regulatory clearance process. And I simply don't see the European Commission being willing to accept that. And ultimately, the member states, all who have the right to sue in the European Court, and Poland has been very successful on energy matters in using the European Court. A couple of weeks ago, on the 15th of July, it had an emphatic victory over Germany over the Opal case. So I could see this being an issue which ends up before the European Court, and that's stopping the use of the pipeline for several years.
So we will see how the situation will develop. Professor Alan Riley of Atlantic Council was our guest tonight, sir. Thank you very much for this insight.
Thank you.
That was it for Poland Daily Business. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, so please join in.